Good evening. My name is Sharon Wilhide. I'm a parent to 2 elementary-age children in CCPS and a candidate for the Board of Ed. There was a speaker last month who spoke about his experience with special education in CCPS, a young man that I want to commend for being brave and strong enough to stand here and tell his story. His story really resonated with me and made me reflect about my own story with special education within CCPS. When I started working for CCPS as an itinerant teacher for deaf and hard of hearing students, I had 1/3 of the county. A few years in, one of my amazing coworkers retired. Instead of replacing her, the position was phased out, so then I had half of the county. Just as you have decided to phase out 15 positions for the upcoming school year. Most days, that meant starting before my contracted hours, eating lunch in my car while driving between schools, not getting my planning period, and leaving after my contracted hours. I was exhausted. I knew that my students were not getting the services that they deserved. I was not supported by my supervisor and received no help when asked. I went home many days in tears. Additionally, this was during the pay freeze, so I was making the same salary year after year. As a parent years later, my son began with birth through 5 because he was choking when he transitioned to solid foods at 1 year old. He had a fabulous OT that came out and provided home visits, supporting us to properly use his oral motor skills. As a special educator, I knew there was a likely chance his speech would probably be delayed due to poor oral motor planning. His second birthday came, he wasn't talking at all. An SLP tested him in our home, qualifying him for speech services. However, there wasn't an SLP in my area, so we were offered virtual services with a contracted SLP in another state. Although an IFSP is typically a parent coaching model, if you know anything about a 2-year-old boy, receiving early intervention services on a screen is completely inappropriate. Luckily, our private insurance covered private speech therapy, and we took him twice a week for almost a year before transitioning to an IEP at age 3, and he was able to receive school-based services. On top of my personal experiences as a teacher and a parent, I have multiple friends around the county who have had difficulty getting appropriate special education services for their child with special needs within CCPS. Families that have enough to worry about and have had to advocate and fight for their children to get the quality education they deserve. It shouldn't be this way. As you're moving forward with the budget for the next fiscal year and meeting with the commissioners next week, I urge you to think about all of the students within CCPS, including special education students. Think about that when you move forward with eliminating 15 FTE because they will just retire or resign. What kind of impact is that going to have on students like the speaker last month, like my son, like the thousands of students in Carroll County who are legally entitled to a free and appropriate public education in their least restrictive environment? In honor of our 250th anniversary, I'm going to end on a quick quote from John F. Kennedy that said, "Let us think of education as the means of developing our greatest abilities, because in each of us there is a private hope and dream which, fulfilled, can be translated into benefit for everyone and greater
You can
strength
finish your comment.
for our
Okay,
nation."
You got
Thank
it in,